Yeah. So now we're setting up for, in my opinion, London Open. A pretty decent open here. But at the same time, I don't know that we can do much with it. I think we have to. There's a chance we might roll over here at the open. So maybe for the next half an hour we grind off of this fib, like on this euro. I don't see why it couldn't have, but it depends. I mean, it really depends on how low we get first. But you might have just seen the high for the day. Even we've talked about several possibilities, but I have my doubts that that's the case because of where the daily 5 is. But I can see this maybe bouncing here, up to about right here. These Bollingers opening up, and then this happening. Notice I'm not too worried about this hourly Stokes cycle yet. It's complete, but I'm not worried about rolling over. But this looks a little more interesting than this 4 hours. So thing is, I think this is probably going to roll up once. But after that rolls up, when this next Stokes cycle completes to the upside on the 15, if it has not made a substantial higher high, what do you think the next thing that's going to happen is this starts to roll down on the euro? It would plummet. So that's that's what I'm going to be keeping an eye on. I think maybe we don't get our typical sort of London Open entry, but maybe we get one at like 4 a.m., which is 9 a.m. London, like an hour after. Yeah? Anyone else feeling that vibe? But we're about to hit the central. We're about to hit that area. We talked about a support. I mean, this is not an area to screw around with. But, the bottom line, very simplistically, is you have a lower high here. And now you have a lower low. But even though that's the case, you are at an overall sort of, fib zone area. So I think we have to let that occur. Yeah? Unless you're long, of course. But at that point, depending upon what time it gets there, I'm not against that if it's set up right. I could also see it stepping down, making a lower low, and then going up. That actually seems more likely with the way price action's been fighting lately. You know what I'm saying? But that is a lower high, lower low, so there's no reason to panic yet. There you go, baby. Drop, drop, drop. Dive, dive, dive. I love how this held right here. Look at the high right there, right at the previous level. That's awesome. Now, there is a clue I didn't talk about today on pound and euro. I haven't talked about it in a while because I haven't seen it in a while. The 2-hour chart. I actually didn't spot it because it's been off my charts for a while. Look. This is divergence. Now, that's just a clue. And I usually look at when you have 3 waves, and there's 1, 2, 3 on the MACD. Now, this is a lower high. It's predicting that a drop is coming. Usually, though, divergence does not predict reversal. It usually just predicts pullback. But in this case, a pullback would be measured from here, wouldn't it? So a pullback from there to there might be quite substantial, yeah? You think? And I see the same thing on the euro, and a little bit of the opposite on some Swissies and stuff. So what I'm trying to tell you is I would look for 15-minute lower highs on these things tonight. So I would expect buying to ensue here in a moment. And if it does not higher high you could probably get another run out of this from a spot trade scenario. Reload, in other words.